Welcome to Wedding Day Podcast with your host, Sonja Babich, CEO of Iron Diamond Media, a leading wedding resource featuring 7 localized wedding brands across the country.
Hi, everybody. Sonja here with Wedding Day Podcast. We're here in Minnesota, in Stillwater, Minnesota at Summit Hill Studios. And my co-host today is Brooke Beise, publisher of Minnesota Bride. And we're here with Laura Alpizar Photography. I just can't wait for you all to meet her. She has such good energy, soul. She has been doing photography for over a decade, a long, long time, and her knowledge and wisdom is exactly what we all need today. So I'm so excited that you're here today, Laura.
Thank you. That is so beautiful.
I try. Well, I try to be beautiful because, every pro that comes on here, fills out a form, and so we're ready to rock and roll when you come on, and all your just what points and who you are is just so you feel the emotion in your responses in such a lighthearted way, if that makes sense, and just meaningful, and that you just really truly love what you do, and you care for each couple, and
you got that calming presence that you want on the wedding day. That's for sure.
Yeah. I feel like, do you interview your couples before?
Yes.
I feel like you would.
Yeah. I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Even from the first email, I'm trying to sense the vibes, because I want to work with ideal couples that understand the art and that we are a good mix, a good match. Mm-hmm. So in the consult, I'm always trying to see their interaction. If I only get one partner, then I'm always like, I want to see how they get along, and I think the vibe is a lot to me. If they only want to talk price or logistics, and I can't get past that wall, I think sometimes I refer them to somebody else, because to me, the fact that we are getting along and we are connecting and they're opening up to me, it's a good sign since the consult. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just have to ask, what's a red flag when you're interviewing them?
Red flag. Oh, if only one of them talks.
Oh.
Yeah. For me, that's for my business, that's a red flag, because it's I don't know, there is no connection between them, or at least one of them is signing off. For me, it's I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be the best for them if I can't get one of the partners to be excited about the photos and moved by the photos too.
Mm-hmm. So interesting you say that. Yeah. I know when my husband and I got married, it was the opposite too. I remember leaving an appointment, might have been a cake tasting, and he's like, they did not look in my eyes once. They did not talk to me once. Right. They did not acknowledge me at all. So it's the flip side too, when you appreciate being talked to by both of them, they appreciate that too, or at least the couples that you want to work with do, right? I think that's really special.
And sometimes one of them might be more introvert.
Yeah.
But if we have a bride and groom situation, and a lot of times people do that they will only talk to the bride. Mm-hmm. And I'm obviously not gonna do that. So I'm always teasing the one that is introvert. I'd be like, well, it's your turn to talk. Yeah. Or can you tell me your opinion? Or I'll try to tease them a little bit into the conversation. Yeah. I want to make sure they feel included, of course. But I did have one consult once in person before COVID, that they were actually arguing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
boy.
Okay.
A lot of times wedding professionals are, what's the word I'm looking for? A therapist or...
Right. Well, you get so let into their world on this very special day that it is important to have that energy with them. For that reason, you really get welcomed into their family.
Right.
In a big way.
You have to have emotional awareness of all the energies and dynamics that happen. And I don't want to shame anybody for arguing.
Right.
But it was really telling, and I just think they needed a lot more time before they made a decision on photography, or started interviewing people to figure out what you want first, and figure out your budget. Maybe that was a sore topic for them or something.
That's why it's always important to talk about the budget before going into the meeting, right? And not in front of the wedding professional. But it's still okay to be candid and talk about it. But you need to know a little bit about the budget before you have a conversation.
Yes, I used to walk around it, and now I'm not, because I want to make sure it's clear. Like, how is this feeling for you? How does this feel with your budget that you had in mind? Because sometimes one of the partners has been the one that finds me, that one has no idea or hasn't looked at that, and I want to make sure they're both informed and they're excited, and I don't have to wait 2 weeks for them to convince.
So saying going into that, like being informed, you talk about like really painting that picture of a real wedding day, like what to really understand or picture, or really, like, I feel like you help hold their hand more, it sounds like, to really embrace the day, right? And not have those surprises. Is that true?
Yes. I think preparation is the best way before the wedding day, so they know how I'm gonna be around them. I don't want to interrupt their day. I don't want them to be like, what do I do now, Laura? I want them to be prepared and ignore me the whole day if they can. I don't want to interrupt or manufacture anything the day of.
Yeah.
So I give them a lot of, I would say, coaching on what I expect from them and what they can expect from me. I expect them to be relaxed, to trust me in the process, to tell me if they're uncomfortable, to know that if something doesn't feel right on poses or prompts, I want to know since the beginning or since their engagement session. I want to be aware of any dynamics, like I said before.
Totally.
The emotional awareness is very important to me. I don't want to assume anything too, how they show their affection or how the personality is at, because I want to tailor how I am serving them and make sure that they feel seen, they feel encouraged. If they need calm presence, I'll be their calm presence. If they need hyping, I'll be their hype girl.
Yeah.
So some people might need that, a little more like, more, high energy.
So you also talk about like Pinterest and and like Instagram and like trying to be so focused on getting that photo, but you don't want them to be, right? You want them to be candid. Like, how do you help get the couple what they want with their examples that they show you, like those moments, but also like just be in love and just be in the moment in the day. Like, how do you how do you do that for them?
I think inspiration is great. I rarely ask for inspiration, but if couples are already building up a little inspiration board, I'll be like, totally. I just want to make sure this is something that is a mood board, but it's not. We're gonna forget about recreating photos, or we're gonna forget about how this looks, because I want you to be in the moment. And I think that becomes from trust, and you build that trust since the beginning of the consult, and not on the wedding day. You can't be telling people like, just be yourselves, because that doesn't work for anybody. You have to let them be themselves by creating a space for them to be themselves. You have to open up yourself and be vulnerable and show that you're a person too. And then people
Can you just imagine that you're telling people this, right? And you're like, the partner's like, you're telling me to be vulnerable, and I'm just like this macho person, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, you need to be vulnerable. They're like, yeah, right. But then they do let their guard down, and you get it. You get the photo.
Yeah.
But like some of those partners or whoever the one is in the couple, like, how do you help them say, dude, relax?
Yeah. I think I started doing questionnaires, and I do them sometimes in life. So sometimes instead of like sending a form, I'll tell them like, let's just have a quick video call so I can get to know you more.
Yeah.
And that helps me see and read their personalities more. Yeah. Sometimes people need just a lot, I don't know, I think it's some teasing and some letting them be. If they're more quiet, letting them be quiet too, and not making them feel like they're weird.
Yeah.
Or, come on, you have to kiss. I don't have to force them to anything. And I tell them, you don't have to do anything for me. You don't have to perform for me. I just want to create photos for you. These are not for Pinterest. These are not for Instagram, even though I love posting them. These are for you. And I want you to love them. I want you to look at them in 5 years and be like, oh yeah, that's me. If I'm making them do things, you can tell. You can tell when people are just showing.
I was just going to say, you also say performing.
Yeah.
Like, how you probably catch that too on a wedding day, like, oh, they feel like they're being more posy and performing. How do you
give her a dip, like you said, give her a dip, give her a kiss, give her a twirl, do this, do that, like, all those things are fun.
We call them prompts.
Yeah.
I think you have to tailor that to your couple, because some couples will love that. And I ask them, how much guidance do you need? How much direction? People are like, oh, all of it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally okay. And I also don't assume how they're showing the romance, right? Because some people might be a dip, and some people are like, we would never do that.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of like different couples that I'm not gonna assume one of them is gonna twirl the other one just because they're taller.
Yeah.
So I asked, like, who wants to twirl? Do you feel like doing a twirl? Do you feel like doing something more crazy, or do you want? I try to follow their energy too. If they're more quiet and they're like being cute and cuddly, I just follow that. I don't have to match the 5 poses that I thought look good on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Because that's going to feel fake for them. It's not going to have a lot of meaning, I think. And a lot of times after the session, the person that was an introvert or that was like not excited about the photo, they'd be like, oh, actually I had such a good time. Like they're relieved. And I tell them, yeah, it's like couples therapy, but without camera.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a difference in how the photos look, because many couples tell me, the photos look like themselves, like people are themselves, and I think that's what makes a difference.
But at the same time, you're so artful with it, and you are very editorial with it, and it's just amazing how you get that like balance without doing the prompts and doing the performative stuff. It's really amazing. How would you describe your style?
I do the prompts. I just think I do more like gentle prompts. But
gentle.
I think it's a mix of like storytelling. It's like the base. Like you have to see the people and you have to understand the story before you start to polish. And then the editorial part is like the polish. So that angle, that composition has to be good, the light, all the mastering things. I love that, and I'm always hyper aware of all of that.
Yeah.
Because we might have like a beautiful kiss, but terrible light.
Yeah.
So I'm always aware of both. And I'm in that point, thankfully, in my career where I'm like, it's like second nature to me.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to compose from an interesting angle and trying to do that. But the base is always the storytelling and making sure that I'm not fabricating or making them perform, so that the moment is both pretty and like powerful.
With your style, like what trends of like photography do you like love and like don't love? Like we hope they go away, right?
Oh gosh, I've been in this for a while, and I remember when sepia was a thing, and now it's making a comeback in a weird way. So like over editing, desaturating colors that are real. If your skin looks not real, it's not gonna age well.
Yeah. So what do you feel, what will age well? What's like your, again, it's your point of view. Like what do you think is age well?
Clean colors, good light, good composition, honest poses. Same thing with the poses. Sometimes like the prompts are so known by photographers that you know what prompt they used. And everybody does the piggyback ride, and in 10 years we might be like, oh no.
I actually made a point. I'm like, no piggyback rides.
Right.
No.
Because
that's actually important for couples to actually put down maybe a list of no's?
Yes.
Like you said, like, I'm not a
Yes.
twirler, right?
Yes.
Or
You might not be a twirler or
I don't
a kisser.
Yeah,
Some
or I don't
people-
want to see me having too many beverages on my wedding day. Like little things like that, you know?
I think, honest or like real laughs are always going to age well.
They will.
Eye contact,
Yep.
poses that feel like a natural gesture to that person, that they're just leaning in, holding hands, walking. Those are timeless.
How do you
That could
feel
be a
about
piggyback ride, though. Some couples just do that.
No, that is
Yes,
again,
sometimes
every couple
it-
is different.
Yeah.
But are you like, do you like black and white photos?
Oh, I love black and white.
I do too.
Yes.
I think they're so timeless. Like I wish it'd be such a challenge that we do like one shoot like all black and white. I know we have done a fashion shoot, but it was like pre my time in like 2018. I think there was one in 2019. It's just
Beautiful.
stunning. I just feel like couples should challenge themselves to be like, just do all black and white photos,
Ooh,
right?
Yep.
all black and white for a wedding?
I know, but I know my florists, my linens, they're saying, Sonia, absolutely not.
I think
But-
there's pictures that are meant to be black and white,
Yeah.
especially emotional, deep
Yep.
portraits. Some moments are necessary to be black and white even, because it takes the focus away from things and we're focusing on the moment.
Oh, really?
But
That's a good point.
I think color is needed, so like a mix. Not all photos could be black and white to me, because I don't know.
This is a curveball. Are you ready?
Yes.
How do you handle when a guest shows up with a camera?
You know, I grew up in a family of photographers. My dad showed up with a camera to my wedding and phones. I'm like, I think everybody enjoys in their way. Sometimes they enjoy with a phone in their hand or a camera in their hand, and I'm not gonna like elbow anybody because they have a camera. I might gently be like, hey, not like at the kiss moment, can you please not do in the aisle? Or if I'm seeing that they are in the aisle. But I have no problem.
Like
'cause
my
I
Uncle
think
Carlos, he showed up with a camera. I'm like, okay, Uncle. I'm not surprised, Uncle Carlos.
There's always like an uncle.
It's always the uncle.
There's so, and abuelas come with their iPad sometimes. And I'm like, let the abuela take the photo.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody has a way of enjoying and documenting. It's not just my job, but it's something we are all doing with what we have.
And as long as you can get your job done.
Yeah. There's always going to be guests.
You have also mentioned when there is almost a rotten egg in the bunch of like wedding professionals, like meaning like when there's not a vendor that's not as professional and it can really kind of unravel the day. What do you recommend to couples with that situation, or like how do you handle that situation in that moment?
I know, because vendor energy spreads more than champagne.
Like explain that.
I think if you're already there and you already have your vendors,
So you're almost saying like if you can sense it before the wedding day.
You can absolutely sense it before the wedding day with the communication styles of people, with the consult, with their emails even. You can sense if somebody brings you calm, if your nervous system is giving you signs, you should listen to them, because you're gonna be around them for a year planning a wedding, and you're gonna be surrounding them. So if you have a wedding planner that might be super like famous and everything, but it doesn't help your nervous system, or during the wedding consult you don't feel seen, you don't feel heard, you don't feel like your doubts are validated, that's gonna transfer. That's gonna show up on your wedding day as well. Same for like a wedding photographer. If they're not hearing you,
I've never asked this question on the podcast. I was like, when you brought that up in the Q&A, I was like, that's really good.
Well, you're so intuitive and you know the couple so well. I feel like you're the kind of person that would be like, you're supposed to cut the cake right now, but you need 5 minutes. We're going to give you 5 minutes, breathe or whatever. And if you don't have, you know, a DJ or caterer that will like roll with that, like, you know, you got to advocate. You got to advocate for them, right? So that's so important. I feel like you'd be the one to advocate for that. So I love that.
Yes, kind of like a wedding doula.
Yeah. That's really good. A little bit. That's really good. So last question. If you could tell couples, you know, what to look for when they're finding the perfect photographer, like what are key questions that they should ask or look for to make sure that like that photographer will take care of them on their wedding day?
I always say, since photography is so visual, I would say, can I take a look at full galleries? Because if you see at least one full gallery, you can tell how the photographer is looking at things and how you're gonna fit into that. You can also ask, what is your approach? Are you more hands-on, or are you more like fly on the wall, we call it? That's a big thing. If you want to be directed all day, then you need the hands-on photographer. If you want to be just let alone, let me have my moments and you photograph, you want to make sure that fits into what you're looking for. Of course, by then I hope that you already looked at portfolio and colors and editing and how do you handle light. But things you can ask too is like, how do you handle if you're running late? How do you handle a stress? Like,
such a good question.
Have you had any emergencies or like any situations you've had to really pivot during a wedding day? And then that makes us think that'd be a tricky question to ask, but you can tell a lot by how they answer. Because experience is what gives you those moments.
I was going to say, all these questions are coming from experience.
Yes.
Well, Laura, it has been so fun having you on the podcast. Like, it just keeps, you're so calm, you're so at peace, and any couple that has you on their wedding day is so lucky to have you. So blessed.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for tuning into Wedding Day Podcast. We'll see you next time. See you. Bye.